Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday, the 3rd of April 2025. So Trump tariffs major blow to world economy, says EU as markets fall in Asia. And you can see here from the chart the difference. The red is the increase in all of these respective countries. Vietnam and China obviously receiving the highest of those. Mexico as well, but the UK getting off lightly, just tucked away there 10% on the existing tariff. So the UK coming out the best as far as this is concerned, but it's bonkers, isn't it? Absolutely bonkers. Stocks pump and dump again ahead of Trump's terrific oppressor. Hard data strengthens to one-year highs, and futures tumble as President Trump delivers Declaration of Economic Independence. Play on words there again as well. US equity futures tumbled after hours on Trump's tariff announcement. They certainly did. Economic news today, well, it's really going to be ignored, to be honest with you. The market's going to have to digest what's happened here, so expect quite a bit of carnage, to be honest with you, with regards to this. Certainly we're seeing it overnight. And let's get on with it. Let's have a look at the Dow and then work our way through as we normally do. So in the Dow, you can see yesterday's bar, massive bar. Doesn't seem to be much selling around at the moment. It seems to be holding its own as well. But just out of curiosity, let's just have a look, see how many points or range the Dow traded in yesterday. We had a 1500 high to low yesterday for the Dow. So a big range bar there. Certainly it needs to hold the 78-89% level if this market is not to go any lower. And if it does, then it's going to retest the low to the left there. 30-minute charts, well, we moved higher before the tariffs, but overnight you can see massive there, even gap lower, and the market now struggling to sit above the close. It's got to stay there. If not, it's going to go through the low and then move lower as well. So have a look at the weekly charts. They've managed to hold the market sideways at 78% for the last few weeks, but obviously that may change today as prices still struggle at the moment. But of course, all of this bad news, sometimes it's there and you're expecting the markets to fall apart, and then they actually rally really strong from the open. So just be warned there. Meanwhile, Europe been hammered with its tariffs from Trump, 20%, I think it is, and you can see there overnight a lot of volatility in this market. Continuing to move lower. Let's just have a look at the weekly chart there. You can see we've broken out of the sideways move now for the DAX. Just remove a few lines here. So prices are moving down, broken the uptrend and the 5-bar moving average now in the German DAX in the weekly chart. 30-minute chart, well, there you can see the reaction. I mean, it's looks like there's something wrong with the data, but apparently not, and moving down as well from the DP at the moment. So brace yourself, as they say. And again, massive move here. Let's just have a look from this overnight range. We go down to the high and low, and we're looking at 1,000 points there in the German DAX as well. Certainly a day to remember when we get to the end of it, for whatever reason, whether the markets rally back or not. But this is a bit of a shocker. So this is Liberation Day in action, as we're seeing the US being liberated. I don't see how, but there you go. Maybe it's just me. It's just going to result in global recession is what it's going to do, or if not, it's going to be hyperinflation, which will only be good for the metals. Let's move on and have a look at the S&P. Well, the S&P breaking the lower of 55.04, which you can see there, but trying to get back overnight. 30-minute charts, again, you've got the gap that's just been filled, and now the market's sideways as well. That's going to be really the bellwether one, really, whether the S&P can move back to the upside. Meanwhile, in the UK, getting away with it lightly, 8461, where we drew this in yesterday markets, so just below this at the moment. And in the 30-minute chart, the market trying to hold at yesterday's low as well. Big move down on the overnight for the FT as well. That's 100 points, 200 points, over 225 points drop. So yeah, the move overnight and the move or reaction or abreaction to this, it may be done. It may be done. Like I say, everybody's expecting carnage, and it could be the polar opposite. Right, let's have a look at the US dollar, which is taking a bit of a beating. So work this one out, folks, because the dollar obviously not happy with this at all and has moved down, taking out the 103 level that we saw before, down to 102.74, 102.76 in that area. But what's interesting is the metals reaction, so let's have a look at those. So let's kick off with silver. So yesterday it held its own overnight. It's fallen out of bed. But I'm actually fascinated by this because they had the opportunity overnight to absolutely crush this, and they haven't. And the dollar's moved down as well, and it's inversely related to the dollar, as you know. So something very odd going on here. So we might see silver manage to pull back up a bit, but watch the 130 to 230 smackdown, and it's smackdown Friday tomorrow, but we've got the daily ones now as well at the moment. 30 minutes, you can see the market absolutely getting hammered there, and it's actually done an 89% retracement whilst I've been preparing to record. So from there to there, you can see we've just hit 89%. Hopefully we'll see some support coming in, as the dollar is really what's going to be under attack here. I mean, he's just destroyed America in one fell swoop. Let's have a look at gold. Also fascinating here, making its way down, spiked up, but obviously being sold into heavily at the moment. New all-time high at 31.67, and there you can see we're just going through the DP. Might go down to yesterday's low for this market, but this is where the money's going to be going. It's going to be going into the metals for sure. Let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio. This is where it's really fascinating. So what did I say? This is primed to get through that 93. 93 has been taken care of. This is when I just click on this, just have a look at this. I'm not going to show you the whole chart. I'm just going to show you where I've been predicting it would go to, is to 96, and it will. And the higher this goes, the bigger the move will be in the underlying market. Because if we go back to 2021, we know we've spoken this many times with regards to COVID, this trade tariffs is obviously not going to be a spike like this, but this is going to continue higher to 96. And I think once we get to there, and if we don't and we move higher to 100, then the insanity of all of these years of manipulation should be seen by everybody, frankly. And if you can't see it now, it's staggering. But yeah, so we could get to 100. We could just have a creep through there as well. It means that silver price has to be hammered lower, but it's struggling to actually move lower, isn't it? You know, it's even today, this was its ideal opportunity, and it hasn't gone down. That's because there's a deficit and there is demand for it. So hopefully it will hold at $33 per ounce. We've certainly got some stopping volume down here as well. But this is absolutely fascinating to me. I could see the other day there was something priming for this, and it's now being shown, and then it's quite volatile there as well. But 95 today, 96, not a problem. It's when we get to 96 is going to be the key for me. Will it actually hold this this level of 96, which goes back to 2022? Right, so let's move on and have a quick look at yesterday's trading session. So the market was again slightly volatile, market moving down, and then we kicked off with a big spike up to the 200 MA, where the market reversed off and then came all the way back down, held for a moment or two at the psychological level of 22,350, and then moved down to the S1, and then continued down to the low of Tuesday, where it found support. And then we had two nasty trades, one to the upside, which was stopped out as the market reversed, and then it reversed, and then we started to make our way back up. I mean, it was just rumour mill day yesterday with these tariffs, and then another one there where the market was soon whipped back. You can see them buying back in, try and get the market as high as you can before Trump spoke last night and unleashed the beast, as it were, of the beasts of tariffs. I mean, it's incredible. I can't see anything other than recession or hyperinflation as a result of this. It's not going to help America one bit. And the afternoon, the market just moving back to the upside. Volumes increasing again, spike down, then move the market back to the upside to recoup some of those losses. But very sketchy day yesterday, purely and simply because the market was waiting for Trump's announcement, and certainly some announcement. It will be remembered forever, this will, as far as financials were concerned. And in the chart, you'll be able to say, well, that was Liberation Day. That's when Trump lost the plot and imposed global tariffs with a baseline of 10%, and then however he felt about that nation, then added a few more on. He's certainly not taking them off. But given the indecision of the man over the last, 100 days since he got in, never surprised me to see some of them being removed. I mean, it's just bonkers. Utter bonkers. But there you go. Right, let's have a quick look and see where the market's currently trading. And you can see we're down here. We've got the close, and then we've got yesterday's low, where the market was obviously the low was created overnight. See whether the market can hold out or not, or move down to the low before there's any attempt to try and bring it back. However, I'll say it for the third time, watch the markets when it opens, because when everybody's bearish, these traders have a habit of bringing the market back to the upside and doing, as I've said earlier, the polar opposite of what you would expect. Right, let's see what happens, and it's going to be an interesting day. So with that, have a good one, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.